little thing smoking on the smoker, which will be my dinner here. Thought I'd update you guys on a couple things that are going on. As you guys know, last week a study was published on inflammatory bowel disease in carnivore, so we're trying to get an interventional trial. We've got people lined up on the carnivore keto side. It looked like they're going to be able to help fund part of that, and the researchers that are willing to engage. We're hoping to see if we can get some vegans that will be willing to help design the vegan side of the trial. So we do a comparison, comparison. Hopefully, ideally, if we have enough money, carnivore group, vegan group, and then a sort of a standard group, so we can see, who does what well relative to the sort of the typical outcome with inflammatory bowel disease. Now, we'll see. Like I said, I kind of put that little information out on some of the social media. I haven't seen any sort of vegan researchers respond saying they'd be willing to do it. I don't know they'd be willing to. I mean, they've done comparison studies before, so I can't imagine they would say it's unethical for them to do that, because they've done many studies which were vegan versus omnivore. So carnivore is no difference from an ethics standpoint, in my view. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. I also, as some of you guys know, Eddie Hall, the former world's strongest man, is now doing carnivore. He's about a month in, and about 3 weeks ago, he consulted with me on how he should proceed with the diet. And I basically, the major advice I gave him was just, you got to eat a lot, particularly given his particular athletic and just physiologic demand. He's a huge guy, and he trains pretty hard. He's training twice a day, so you got to just keep the food consumption up high to support that. And also, I know a lot of people have been sort of scratching their head about dairy, is dairy carnivore or not. As I wrote in my book, and for many, dairy can be absolutely fine for a lot of people. However, there are a lot of people in which dairy is a problem. So you just have to um, see how you assess how you do to it. So what else? Just got done. Yesterday I was out on the track running some sprints. Had a little bit of a quad niggle, so I kind of laid that back. Today I did some jumping, and still quad was a little bit, just not where I wanted. So I kind of dialed it back. I jumped onto a 42-inch box, which was pretty easy. I probably, because my quad was bugging me, I didn't go much higher. I probably can get quite a bit higher than that, or at least another 4 to 6 inches higher, I'd say. But I have to kind of, the thing with when you're older, you have to just be very smart in avoiding injuries. You want to push things so you continue to progress. And it's interesting. Some people say, "Why are you doing this? Why at your age are you jumping and running and lifting and doing all these things, as opposed to what? As opposed to, I don't know, sitting on your ass and getting fat and weak. That doesn't make sense to me. I Again, that is a very small part of my day. It makes up less than 10% of my day, sometimes less than that. And the rewards I get during the rest of my existence are enormous. That you think about, if you can jump reasonably high and skip and jump and sprint and all those things, you're very unlikely to be succumb to falling down and breaking bones. And as an orthopedic surgeon, I used to see it all the time. I would see it on a regular basis. People that just, because it literally is use it or lose it. And if all you want to be able to do is to walk, then keep walking. But if you want to be able to do more as you age, then you need to do more. And it's as simple as that. I like jumping. It's fun. I like running fast. It's fun. I physically enjoy it. It makes me feel good to know that my body is capable of that. And, obviously, the majority of that is just consistent training over time. But I will say that the diet facilitates that, because I'm not all inflamed. And I know that when you are inflamed and your joints hurt, it's hard to train. You just don't want to, right? So anyway, that's the deal there. All right, let me answer a couple questions. I've only got about 20 minutes tonight. Like I said, I got to run my kid a swimming practice and some other things. So I'm just trying to sneak in a quick little live here. So we got Dan Kiwi saying hi from New Zealand. Well, Kia ora, man. Good to see you, man. Lee Hernandez. I used to live in New Zealand. Just in case you didn't know that, I lived in Cambridge, which is on North Island in the Waikato, just a little south of Hamilton. So, Lily Hernandez saying hi from Houston. Well, hi, Houston, Texas. I've got a mom and a sister who live in Spring, Texas, so probably, kind of your neighbor there. Brady, what are your thoughts on histamine intolerance and carnivore? Yeah, I mean, it affects a few people. Some people have it. I mean, I don't know that it's any more likely with carnivore versus anything else. I mean, there are things you can do. There's DAO supplements. There are different foods you have to sort of modify for a while. I think probably anybody that has any issues is kind of funny. They're either dumping oxalates or they have histamine. I mean, there's no way of knowing for sure. I mean, or it's unlikely for sure. Sometimes I just don't feel good, so I'm gonna blame it on histamine. I won't blame it on oxalate. It could be that. It could be something else. I don't get too unless you can verify that it's a problem, and that's really what it is. Then it could be a lot of things. A lot of the symptoms of histamine intolerance are just non-specific gut issues, headaches, skin issues, just general malaise, and that can be a lot of things. So, all right, we got Knight 2010. I'm a 12-year-old boy who loves Carnivore Diet, eats an extremely balanced diet. I'm a very unique kid. Okay, I love a Carnivore Diet and eat an extremely balanced diet. I'm a very unique kid. Okay, well, it's, my thought on kids are kids need to not be eating garbage. I mean, that's eating a lot of it. You don't necessarily have to be carnivore as a kid. I mean, I view carnivore as a therapeutic tool for people that are sick. Now, some people just like it, like me. I like it. That's why I do it, and I enjoy it. And I like meat, and I don't miss the other foods to any significant degree. And I feel good, and that's why I do it. But does everybody need to do it? Probably not. But good for you. Hopefully, you're 12 years old. I mean, you'll be going into kind of puberty over the next couple of years. You'll start growing. You're probably more interested in being stronger. Hopefully, I mean, I think young boys should be getting stronger. I mean, it's part of growing up, man. Get strong, get hard. You know. All right, what else we got here? We got Andy Anderson, from Arkansas. All right, man. Kevin Dvorak saying, "Hey Doc, good to see you." Crichton Electronics is saying, "Hi from California." Jeremy Bates, "Can you bulk on carnivore?" Sure, you can. You bulk on any diet. I will say that carnivore is more challenging to bulk on because of the satiety-inducing properties that meat often have. Now, some people add dairy products in there, and that makes it a little easier. But I mean, if you're going to, and I've put on muscle. I'm almost, like I said, I'm almost 58, so I'm getting close to 60. In my 50s, I put on about 10 pounds of lean mass over the last about, I'd say, 7 years, on a carnivore diet, and I just have to eat a lot. I just eat, sometimes I'll eat 4, 5, 6 pounds of meat a day. But yeah, you can for sure. Coach Maximus wants to come out and say hi, so I better let him out here. Oops, let me see. Come on, boy. All right. Maybe Coach Sasha wants to come too. Come here, Sasha. Come in. Come on, girl. Flip it around. Right on there, Sasha and Maximus. Just want to hang out on the back porch and enjoy the weather while we still the last of the warm weather. I won't say it's going to be in the 60s, later this week, and I don't think we'll see 70s again until, outside maybe isolated once or twice, but probably 70s are gone until probably next April or May. So anyway, well, that's great. Sasha wanted to come out here and bark. She's barking at rabbits. Sasha, hey, no. All right. K-Pain, do you think height loss with age is due to poor diet or lack of exercise? Primarily, height loss is often due to sometimes spinal kyphosis. It's intradiscal height, and so our vertebra in between each vertebra is a disc, and as those become desiccated and lose water, they collapse down. And so we've got 33 spinal segments, and with discs in between each one, and as they shrink. So over time, if each one loses, I don't know, a quarter of an inch, you multiply that, and you're pretty soon you're down a few inches. So that's probably what it's caused by. And then people, as you see, people start to hunch over. They become kyphotic. We got what do we got here? Prismatic carnivore. Oh, interesting. I got into raw milk share today. Finally, they have been fully for months, and I've been calling weekly trying to get in. Okay, well, congrats, I guess. Sean Connolly sprinting on the bike. Good for you. Anna Johnson, love watching your jumps. I like doing the jumps. They're fun. That's a fun thing. It's good to be able to do that, I got to tell you. Misunderstood Warlock. Hey, Doc. Can the Carnivore Diet help me with mental health issues? I feel like I'm at my lowest mentally and really need a cure for this. Well, I mean, there's no guarantees, but I mean, I'm confident enough to say that many, many people have significantly improved their health by going carnivore. That is not in any way misleading. I think you have to be consistent. I think you have to eat enough fat. I mean, I think any disease process in which the central nervous system is involved, and our brain is part of our central nervous system, tends to do a little bit better with fat. So I would sort of work towards maybe a little more fat-based approach with that. I mean, there's a lot of literature now being published on ketogenic diets and various mental health issues, whether it's depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, things like PTSD, schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, schizophrenia, all those things. All right, so yeah, it can help. But I mean, get some support, man. Don't do it on yourself. Come join one of the communities. I mean, you can join our community at Carnivore Diet, or there's many other out there that I'm sure you guys are familiar with. Shannon Ashford, hi friends, 2 weeks post-surviving Widowmaker heart attack at 53. Goodness. Started strict carnivore last week. Thanks, Baker Berry of 80th. Those weeks spreading the word. I'm glad you survived that. And hopefully, and I don't know what, like I said, what prompted that, but good luck to you. Anna Johnson saying use and lose, use or lose. Exactly. Snow Sea, rather. Hi from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'd love to get down to Argentina one day, so maybe next year. Okay, how does 4% cottage cheese have 2 grams less fat than the 2% both have 7 grams of sugar? Well, you would assume that it would have more fat. It might be the serving sizes are different. I don't know. I mean, that'd be something I would look at. But I mean, it would make sense that obviously a higher fat percentage would have more fat per 100-gram serving or whatever their serving size is. All right. Melissa Swartz, how soon after starting carnivore would be the best time to stop taking supplements? I don't know that. I'm skeptical of most supplements out there, to be honest. And so, why are you taking them? Do you have are they clearly providing you a benefit? I mean, objectively, you can notice a difference significantly. Most supplements you can't. So unless there's something that's providing clear benefit, I don't see a reason to do any of them. You can just, most of them you can just quit. If you've got some known deficiency state, which clearly clinically is being benefited by a particular supplement, you might want to leave that one in for a little while and see if you can get the nutrients that you need, whether they be it vitamins or minerals, through nutrition, which is how we're supposed to, how we arguably would have done that the entire existence of humanity. Let's see. Sean Connolly, hi from Connecticut. Division I basketball. Dr. Baker, you and I are around the same height and weight. I would love to challenge you to a dunk-off Wendell at Gate Pathways. Well, I'm not sure how that would work, but I don't even know where you are. Like I said, I'm working my way. I mean, the last time I dunked, I was 51. I weighed 240, and I was able to dunk reasonably well at 51. My goal is to hit a dunk at 60, and so I'm giving myself 2 years to kind of get there. I've been kind of laying the groundwork, and so, I'm just gonna, obviously I've got the strength for it. It's just developing the tendon stiffness and the athleticism and some of that. And so, and then I'll probably have to lose weight to get down to, maybe 240 again. I'm 260-ish now. My husband says I should drink more water. Okay. Carnivore Communicator saying hi from North Carolina. Wake Up Wednesday podcast. I'm still gaining weight on a carnivore diet. I'm 5'7", 26, and 205, and I've been stuck at this weight after 7 months of carnivore advice. Well, I mean, I don't know what your goals are. If you're gaining weight, these dogs keep barking. I don't know what they're. Sasha, come here. Hey, come here, girl. So she wants to come in now. She's kind of crazy. They go out, they go in. But anyway, all right. So the weight thing. I mean, without knowing all your details, it's hard to really make any definitive recommendations. So for some people, it's got to eat less. For some people, it's changing the protein to fat ratio. For some people, it's just give it time. For some people, it's maybe you're recompositing your body. I mean, you have to realize, depending on where you're starting, you could have been depleted in things like whole body protein. You're young enough where that's probably not the issue, but I mean, older people in particular. I mean, if you stick an old person in a CAT scan like a little old lady, literally everything's shrunk up. I mean, their kidneys are shrunk up, their heart's shrunk up, their brain is shrunk up, their skin's shrunk, their bones are obviously deficient in mineralization and protein. So sometimes restoring that actually puts weight on people. So again, it's not just weight, but it's more, what the weight is doing or what the weight is consisting of before you do too much with that. But anyway, I do, like I said, I do individual consultations. If you want to chat in detail about your particular situation, just go on to, I think there's a link in my bio on YouTube on that where you can book a one-on-one, or you can go to carnivore.diet and find me, or you can go to, I know certainly some of my other social media has links on there if YouTube doesn't. What else we got? We got Hi to Dr. Baker from Rhonda Rhodes from California. I do recommend taking iodine Lugos if you are a carnivore. Not necessarily. I mean, if you have a thyroid issue, it could be a benefit, but not just as a blanket recommendation. No. We got Joanne from Surrey, British Columbia. Thanks, Dr. Baker. Okay, well, I can't remember what I'm saying thanks for, but you're welcome, whatever it's for. British Columbia is beautiful. Like I said, I'm down here in Washington State, so I'm not far. I'm about 2.5 hours from the border, I think, something like that. Chris Peterson, starting carnivore 2 weeks ago, still trying to get used to fats, loose stool, 36 minutes in after eating lunch. Watch your rendered fats. Watch how much fat you're consuming in one sitting. Those are some of the things that often are culprits there. Luigi, sorry, 141. You're a beast for your age. Well, I mean, honestly, I think I should be normal for my age. I mean, I think most people my age should be doing the stuff I'm doing. I don't think what I'm doing is, I mean, yeah, a little bit unusual, but I mean, I don't think it's outside the realm of what everybody could and should be doing, or at least, I mean, assuming the desire is there. But Andy Johnson, how much water do I drink? What are the things you drink? I don't know. I just drink when I'm thirsty. I don't really track it. I mean, if I had to guess, I probably drink maybe a gallon a day, something like that. Sometimes I'll add a little electrolyte like element in there. Texas Lone Star Stacker, hey, thanks for the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up for the. Okay, I guess he deserves all the he can give. Well, thank you guys, appreciate that. What else? Mark Witt, sorry. 61-year-old carnivore here. I sprint on a hockey skate every Thursday and Sunday. Feeling great. Good for you, man. That's awesome. Hi from Lincolnshire, North Carolina, Nancy Gorham. All right, so Dan Kiwi knew I live in New Zealand. Okay, well, there you go. Maybe do a follow-up on Nikado Avocado. Is that to me, I guess? Yeah, I mean, obviously I guess he lost his weight, so good for him. I mean, that's good. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure what his deal is. I haven't really paid attention in a while. Dr. Baker, do you ever think Carnivore Diet will ever go mainstream? When you say mainstream, I'm not sure what that is, what that means. I mean, will it be diet that most people adopt in the world? No, I don't think that'll be the case. Do I think that like physicians will start prescribing it on a routine basis? Yeah, I do. I do think that. I think that we are going to get good results. We're going to publish those results, and I think more and more people are going to. And social media now. I mean, right now, clearly, it's a fraction of 1% of the population that's doing this. It's somewhere. I don't even know what that percentage is, but I mean, I've seen that. Some people will say if 3% of the population does something, that is enough to affect significant change. And so maybe if we get, I mean, at this point, I would say the numbers of people who have either tried or are doing carnivore diet is well into the hundreds of thousands, and maybe has exceeded 1 million at this point. So yeah, I mean, I think it's continuing to grow. I mean, I've seen no evidence of the growth slowing down at this point. So yeah, I mean, it's more people, as long as it works, right? I mean, that's the thing. I don't, like I said, if it doesn't work, then it should die a death. I mean, if it doesn't work for people, then there's no reason for people to do it. But if it does work, then there's no reason it shouldn't flourish, right? All right. We got Machine 82, Carnivore Diet allowed me to quit drinking effortlessly. I thought it was going to die. Thanks for spreading the word and helping so many people. Well, congratulations on that. And I have noticed for many people, addictions become much easier to stop after going carnivore, whether it be drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex addiction, the various addictions people have. Food addiction for sure. Carnivore seems to help with that. So, all right, guys. Not unfortunately, I got to go eat dinner now. So it's been good chatting with you. You guys have a great evening. I'm sure we'll speak again. Thanks for following. I guess do the like, subscribe thing. I guess I should say that. I don't know. Am I supposed to say that? Anyway, guys, you guys have a great evening, and I'm sure we'll talk again. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.